Sheeran, going crazy for what they hearing. Women love me, niggas respecting how I'm spitting. You got a problem, my nigga? Come and get it. Poetic flows, people know that I'm about to rip it. My soul southern vibe, they say my style's terrific. Got a vision, nigga. Gotta watch me live it and believe in me. Just like you watching Ripley, nigga. The motivation behind the determination were hallucinations of me ripping the stage in different places for different races. I played the game of patience, but you already know.
All right, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the Let Me Speak podcast. I'm your host, Deasia. It is a beautiful Tuesday evening, and I got an amazing guest today from Louisiana. From Louisiana, my man JB, 30 South JB. Go ahead and tell us about yourself.
I greatly appreciate you first off for having me. Congratulations to you. I support all things black, and this is definitely a pivotal moment for me, even just being out here. Like you say, I'm from Louisiana. Shout out to everybody out there in radio world. You know what I'm saying? We tapped in live. Happy New Year to everybody. But being from Louisiana, this will be one of my first actual podcasts. So, very grateful, very grateful,
right.
Very grateful.
Thank you. All right. So, yeah, well, everybody, if you're listening, y'all know what it is. Y'all know the basis, so we're going to jump right into it, all right?
Hey.
All right. So, let's get into it. First things first, what I wanted to talk about is it's Black History Month, you know what I mean?
Hey.
So, this our month, it's our time. So, I want to ask you, what is Black History Month? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to you being black, being a black king?
I put it like this: black is everything. Black is beautiful. Black is bold. Those aren't just statements. Those aren't just sayings.
Right.
You know, you can. I be in them rooms. Oh, mic check, mic. Oh, there we go. Maybe it was me. Maybe it was me. Hold up. Maybe it was me.
It's all good.
But I be in them rooms where at the end of the day, room full of vultures, and no matter what room I'm in, like one of my inspirations is Jay-Z. And one thing he actually said that I was watching, he was like, man, no matter what room I walk in, I'm gonna walk in with my head held high.
Right.
It's in my talk, it's in my walk, it's in my features. And when you really start dissecting our history, obviously, not everybody came from. We're all not stemmed, let's say, from the same seed, but as far as we all know where our home is, so if that makes sense, we're all not from here, guaranteed.
Yeah. Right.
But in terms of like even Black History Month, I wish we had more.
Right.
Just for your head top, we have the shortest month of the year.
Right.
We have the earliest month. They like to get us in and out and get us out of here. But I think, though, as a community, all over the nation, all over the world, we could go a little bit harder for our heroes' birthdays. If that makes sense. Or try to fight for more holidays like Martin Luther King Day, if that makes sense. And have other holidays for, it was music to my ears. And I don't know if it was just out there in the Matrix, but it was music to my ears when I heard Harry Tubman might be on might get on some money, might get on something green, and I'm not even sure. I didn't keep up to date with it, but that would be an amazing thing.
I read not too long ago that Joe Biden was supposed to be trying to get that.
Hey man,
get that popping.
Look, we did it, Joe. We got some work to do.
Right, we got some work to do. We got some work to do. That brings me to my next point. I don't know if you guys heard, those listening, but basically a school in Utah is giving parents the option to opt their children out of Black History Month.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I put like this: they're probably not the only school out there that wants that, if that makes sense.
Right,
and,
definitely not.
You got to look at it. Utah is a red state. A lot of things that they're going to be doing aren't going to be in our favor. Even growing up, a lot of all the history books has nothing to do with what we are or what we should have been introduced to growing up. So it doesn't surprise me. Will it happen? I don't think so. Should it happen? I definitely don't think so. But I think, for instance, I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. There was a school called Robert E. Lee High School there. We all know Robert E. Lee. That was a bad man, especially for us. And Gary Chambers, which is somebody who's running for congressional office down there, and a committee of other individuals went to the school board and actually got that changed, to now that it might be university high or something like that now. But long story short, I say that to say, in that community, the black community should definitely step up, because that change can definitely be made. They should not take that out of the curriculums or, you know, the day-to-day operations, especially for our months.
Right.
You know, and I feel like just because they feel like they're going to take it out of the schools, like that's not going to take it away because we still got 28 more days left,
right.
if that makes sense. So whether they're going to get that dosage of it in the classroom or they're going to get it on social media. But, you know, we, of all times, we for sure not letting off the gas.
Right, definitely.
That makes sense.
They're getting their foot off their necks.
You understand what I'm saying? Definitely. So, like I say, that community in that particular state should for sure fight for that and not let that happen. But it doesn't surprise me to hear it.
Now, with that being said, do you think that if that actually were to actually happen, do you think that it should be an option for parents to opt their kids out of history? Just history, because if it's not Black history, then it's what? White history.
Right.
So
Right. I put it like this. I don't know what the curriculum is nowadays. I know when I was going to school between New Orleans and Baton Rouge, I just had really good teachers. I had really good teachers that at the end of the day, they made sure that we learned enough, in particular about this month. Should parents opt themselves out? Hell yeah. If y'all going to take it away from us, especially us, if y'all going to take it away from us, yeah, we should then have that option. If y'all are going to change the curriculum which has been embedded in us I'm 32. So, you know, just to kind of go to show, like, yo, that's been there. So why change now?
Right.
Of all times, why change now? You know, so, I would agree.
Yeah.
I definitely would agree.
I do too.
and now that pandemic is here, not to cut you off, but now that pandemic is here, you know, I definitely believe in homeschool. I know now parents, they have to work, they have to provide. So there are some families that won't be able to go that route. But for the families that were able to survive all 2020, you know, and you know you were able to homeschool your child, hey, maybe that might be the best route, especially right now. Especially right now.
No, I agree. Speaking on the pandemic, what are your thoughts on how the United States has handled it? Well, obviously Trump, because, you know, he was last in place, but how do you think it's been handled? Well, in Biden as well, now that he's in office, how do you think it's being handled?
Nothing during the Trump administration was handled correctly. Nothing during the Trump administration was handled correctly from what I've seen. And I'm not deep, I'm not behind all those closed doors, but it's obvious nothing during his administration was handled correctly. And the way that it was presented and the rollout that they provided, it scared everybody. It literally scared everybody. You know, you hear stories saying, hey, he already knew about it, or, you know, this is already, everything is an agenda, if that makes sense. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, but there is enough technology, there's enough knowledge out there to go find that information as well, if that makes sense, to kind of know what is going on in the world, if that makes sense. Especially if you hear about it, if you let an antenna go up, if that makes sense. And yeah, look, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I got you. The antenna dress.
But yeah, nothing about that was handled correctly, and I think the rollout, it was designed to scare people, which that is exactly what it did, and I think it could have been presented, even the shutdowns. Like, out here in L.A., the way that they shut the city down was crazy. Like, crazy. Like, yo, you got to get off the streets, you got to do this, that, and the third, and I think just the media kind of scared and stirred the pot even more for another media agenda as well. So yeah, that makes sense.
Do you feel like it's been handled well? And well, obviously not. You just said nothing was handled well.
Nothing was.
But I mean, as far as like them helping out the Americans, like for example in Canada, you know what they got for their
stimulus check.
Yeah, you know. But I mean, they're being taken care of. You know, their citizens are being taken care of. Whereas over here, $600.
$600. Look, that is not going to do nothing. $450 plus the $600. And I put like this: we're grateful. Whoever did receive should be grateful for what they did receive at the end of the day, because you know we needed something in a time of need. But Joe's going to have definitely a lot more work to do to make up what Trump failed at, if that makes sense. I did read where what was it in Paris? They were getting XYZ amount of money as well. Everybody but us was receiving more money.
Exactly.
You know, and the living culture from where I come from to now staying in. I stay in Long Beach now, and anywhere in California, the LA County is going to be very expensive. I don't know how a lot of people with families that were having to pay for homes and all these other different things and take care of their children, how they were able to survive off of $600. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm not even sure what the new stimulus. I know that they did just kind of clear a new stimulus package. I'm not sure if it's or when it's going to come out, but like I said, there's more work definitely to be done. Definitely be done.
Now, what are your thoughts on the vaccine, the COVID-19 vaccine?
I think it's. I'm of a certain age. I'm in good health. You know, I work out, and there are a lot of people out there that do it. Now, I definitely understand that people who follow the same regimen that I follow have still dealt with it. Some may show, some may not show. But I think the vaccine, particularly, if you are of a certain age, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. And I was in. I think it was on Melrose or Fairfax or something like that, and I was driving. There's a clinic there. I'm talking about the line was wrapped around the block.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all of a certain age demographic, like over 60, 70 years old. But I think those individuals may need that because their bodies may be going through other things that can't handle or fight off a certain sickness. They might not even be able to fight off the flu or pneumonia, if that makes sense. So this is like worse than that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we won't know, and I feel like by the time the information gets to us, it's been kind of pressed on. It's been opinionated. Like I've thrown my 2 cents in, I only pass it off to you for you to go throw your 3 cents in it, and your 4 cents in it. It's just gonna keep going, and it's gonna be a cycle. But I think at a certain age, go ahead and get the vaccination, protect yourselves, go with your gut, and follow the guidelines. Like, you know, when you are in certain areas, you feel me, wear that mask. You know, wash your hands, do some of the things that we should have already kind of been doing, if that makes sense, you know.
Proper hygiene.
Exactly. But in terms of the vaccine, like I say, I personally don't think I would need the vaccine, you know. I don't think I would need it. So would I get it? I don't think I'm going to go that route. I'm just going to keep doing my daily regimen. Would
you encourage your elderly loved ones?
I would. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would.
Right.
I would definitely and my people are, you know, nobody's here for me, so all my family's gonna be back in Louisiana or over on the East Coast. So I always have that pondering in the back of my brain, like, man, just my parents' safety and you know my aunts and my uncles' safety. So I would recommend, if you are of a certain age, go ahead and get the vaccine. Definitely.
Okay. All right. While we were talking about the pandemic, you guys said something about how Joe Biden has a lot of work to clean up. I agree, but I do also feel like he's in office and he's the better option than Trump, but Joe Biden, I feel like he also has I'm not impressed yet.
Oh, no, look, come on, I know he got a lot of work to do. They think just because they're gonna come for our community, like, you know, like that's gonna be our savior,
right? You
know, but no, definitely not. It's gonna. You have work. You got to prove now. We've gotten you to this point. You attacked us, and we were your target market. So we've gotten you to this point. Now do right by us.
Right.
But I think that also goes with who we vote also in other councils as well, leading up to him, like. It's very important. Like I said, from Baton Rouge, that boy Gary Chambers, and like I said, that's a good friend of mine. So that's why I throw him out there. But he's gonna fight, and my community knows that he's gonna fight. And so I feel really confident that, you know, it'll put him in the right predicament to be able to make certain changes and hold certain people accountable for what they say. You know, because a year down the line, 2 years down the line, we still looking at. We still on a couple pages back where we're supposed to be a couple more pages ahead.
So do you feel like we're progressing right now, or do you think we're degressing?
Currently, I think we are in good spirits, if that makes sense. I think it's too early to tell. I think it's too early to tell right now.